Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to cut this fabric and how to join all this our beautiful design on it. I'm going to be showing you in details of how to do that. So if today is the first time of watching my channel, you are welcome, and if you are a return subscriber, you are welcome as well. I already posted a video, a tutorial on how to make these beautiful designs, the one on the neckline, the one on the sleeve, and the one at the down part of the gown. I already posted a video on how to do that. That is my previous tutorial. So if you are yet to watch that, just check back on my last tutorial. You're going to see it. This is it right here. Can you see? This is for the sleeve, and this is the second sleeve. Can you see that? And here is the neckline. This is the neckline right here. This is the neckline, and at the same time this is the down part. I'm not done with the down part here. I'm not done with it. So I already have a tutorial on that, on all this. So just check back on my previous video. You're going to see it there. So but in today's tutorial I'm only going to be showing you how to cut the main body, that is the main body fabric, the style, before you start attaching the neckline, the sleeve, and the down part. And here is the fabric I'll be using for this tutorial. So the fabric here is 2.5 yards, 2.5 yards of fabric. Even though I'm not going to finish the fabric, it's going to remain a little bit. So first of all, fold your fabric as shown, just the way I'm doing it here. Fold it as shown. After you are done folding your fabric the way I fold it, measure it all round. Is it the same thing? Measure it from the up to the down part. Is it the same thing? Then after, can you see the way I fold it? Just like you want to cut a cut together dress, that's how you're going to fold your fabric. And here is our neckline. This is the neckline we are using. We already make our design on the neckline. We already make our design. So just fold your pattern paper, the pattern paper you use for your neckline, fold it as shown and place it on your main body, that is your fabric. Place it on the fabric like this. Place it on the fabric like this, and use your chalk to just mark it out. Mark exactly what you have on the paper. Mark it out here. Just like, let me change the chalk. The other one is not showing very well. So just mark it as shown. Yeah, after you mark out this, you mark out the neckline you cut earlier. After you mark that out, from the ear, from this marking out, take your tape rule, because don't cut exactly what is here. What you just mark out, don't cut it out. If you cut it out, it will be too big by the time you are done. So mark 1 inch inward, just the way I'm doing it. Please take note of this, very, very important. Mark 1 inch inward. If you mark 1 inch inward, and by the time you want to fix it, is like maybe the neckline is not enough, you can cut ½ inch again. But if you cut the exact thing and you place it and it's too big, that is problem. So don't cut it at this part. That's what I'm trying to explain here. Cut it at these parts here. Mark another 1 inch inward and just cut it out. Can you see that? So after you cut it out, these pieces, the pieces that you cut out, if you like, you can decide to use the same fabric. If you like, you can decide to use bias. Mark out 2 inches all around. So this is the one we are going to be using to turn the neckline, because you are still going to turn it for a very neat finish of your fabric, of your dress, let me say that, of your dress. So just mark it and cut it out. After cutting it out, this one that we cut out now is not going to be enough for the neckline. Yes, it will not be enough. Cut another one again, so that you can just join it and just use it to turn your neckline. So that is that about that. That is that about this one. The next thing we are going to do now is to start taking our body measurements. Is to start taking the body measurements. Based on this style that we're making, you can decide depending on the measurement you are working with anyway, like I said. So here, everything I have here is everything on fold. I have 19.5 on fold. Everything I have on fold is 19.5. Then for the sleeve band, depending on how much you want it to be, so for here I'm going to be using 9.5. For the sleeve band I'll be using 9.5, not up to 10. I don't want to use 10. You can decide to use 10 for yours, you can decide to use 11, you can decide to use less than that, but just I use 9.5 for the sleeve band. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to take out the length measurement. Now, to do the length measurement, how many did you remove for your paper? The down part. For the down part of my paper, the one I use for the down part, I removed 13 inches. And the person length we are working with is our length is 54. 54 minus 13. It will give us 41, I think. Yes. 54 minus 13 will give us 41. So I'm going to mark that out here. So supposed to be 41, then I plus 1 inches to it because of the joining allowance and stuff. So this is 42 here. I mark out 42 plus joining, don't forget, plus your sewing allowance. So that's why I mark out 42 at the down part. So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to find my ruler and rule that out. Let's rule this out. After ruling it out, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a measurement again. This is 42 here, 42. So just taking out the length measurement again, then I have 42. Then the next thing I'm going to do, when we now I place it from the down part, I place it on 13. We remove 13 from the person length. Now this thing I'm measuring here right now is to a knee length, but I start from the leg to a knee length. Above a knee length I use 22. From the down part, can you see the 13 at this part? 13. Then I mark out 22. Then from here I'm going to mark out 12 inches. 12 inches. So just mark your 12 inches out. You can decide to use lesser than that. Then I'm going to use my ruler to rule that out. Can you see that? Then I'm going to do a shape to the sleeve side. The measurement I took earlier to my sleeve, I'm going to take a shape down there. I want to measure it again for you to see. Now we said we removed 13 inches for the down part, the design we are putting on the down part. So I started from the 13, then to our knee length I used 22. I used 22 for our nail length. From our leg to our nail length I used 22. Then I marked 12 inches all around at this part. 12 inches. Then for the sleeve here we use 9.5. Don't forget, for the sleeve here we use 9.5. So the next thing we are going to do now is to do our shaping. So just use your chalk and just mark out just as shown on your fabric. Just mark it to that place exactly. That is it. That is the style that I make. That is the design that I make. So the next thing we are going to do now is to cut it out. Let's cut it out now. And this is what we have after cutting it. This is what we got. This is the one we cut earlier. This is it. So let's we are done cutting our fabric. The next first thing I did is to join the pieces that we are going to use to turn the neckline. That's the first thing I did when I get to the machine. First, join these two pieces together. So that is that about that. Let's just leave that aside. And the next thing we are going to do is to where is our here's our main body and the neckline. Place it on each other and just sew it round. Sew it round the neck. Sew it all round the neckline. After sewing it finished, this is what we have. Can you see that? This is it here. This is it after sewing it finished. The next thing you are going to do, place it on your machine like this. Can you see? Because we are going to use the pieces we cut earlier, we are going to use it to turn the neckline down for a neat finishing. You have to turn it. Definitely you need to turn it in. So we are going to take your pieces that we cut earlier and turn this place just the way I'm doing it. Just do it the way I'm doing it, and before you know it, you are good to go. So let's turn. So this is it. The next thing you're going to do after you are done with this is that, so you're going to like, after you are going to find your hemi gum and just gum it down. But before that, remove the paper inside. Make sure that you remove all this paper inside of your fabric. But don't remove the neckline yet. Don't remove the paper of your neckline yet. First, remove the down paper. If possible, make sure that you iron it to down. Iron it already before you remove your neckline. And let me tell you something. After you remove your neckline, the neckline will be a little bit wide. Find your needle and your thread, and you will see some places after you remove your paper, just find your needle and your thread and just connect them back together. Some places will be losing. Just make sure that you find your needle and your thread and just do it just the way I said. Thank you for watching the channel. So after we are done with this, after we are done with that, this is what we have for the neckline. This is what we have for the neckline. I'm just trying to like remove some paper just for you to see how it's going to look like. But that is that about that. The next thing we are going to do now is to sew this design on the sleeve. This design, notch the middle part of your paper, pattern paper, notch the middle part of your sleeve as well, and place it on each other. Place it on each other and sew it. And this is what you are going to have after sewing it. This is how it's going to look like. So you are going to cut another pieces. just cut another pieces of 2 inches by, this is 2.5, but you need just 2 inches is okay. If possible, 1 inch safe is okay. Just cut another fabric of 1 inches by, depending on what you use for your sleeve band, and just cut another pieces because you need to turn it as well. You will need to turn it for a neat finishing. Let me put it like that. You will need to turn it with your another fabric for a neat finishing. The same thing you did for this first sleeve, you are going to repeat it on the second sleeve as well. The same way you do this sleeve side, that is the same way you are going to join the down part as well. Can you see that? This is it. Just open it and just use your hemi gum to gum this down part. Use your hemi gum to do justice to that. If today is the first time of watching my YouTube channel, you are welcome. And if you are a return subscriber, you are welcome as well. So here is the down part. So here is the down part. Like I said earlier, the same way we join the sleeve, that's the same way we are going to do. First of all, join the body of your dress. You are going to join the body of your dress. After you are done joining the body of your dress, just join this as well to your dress. And this is everything after making. This is what we have. Thank you so much for watching my channel. If you are yet to subscribe to the channel, kindly do so that you'll be notified whenever I posted a new tutorial. Subscription is free. Just click on the subscription button. Is at the down part of this video you are watching. Thanks so much for watching the channel. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.